What is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back from the OPTC video, and in today's video we're diving back into the treasure map against the lead performers with my particular teams. Now before we dive in, I do want to make a note that if you do get to 2 million points, that you will be able to get a Gilding Key for the third ability, as well as the Crystal Skull for Monkey D. Luffy, the 6+ of Gear 5. Now, Gear 5's 6+ will be available before the treasure map ends. However, if you super evolve him, he will not be a trusty character. Just be mindful of that. But this character is very, very good. It does seem to be a little bit of a hint to see what the next Kaido will be. He'll probably be a strength-driven, or it could be like a dex-driven to work with Big Mom. But this particular character does need a Kaido to actually work at its full potential. And they are a super driven with super tandem. So they're very good. Make sure to farm them up. This is going to be a very interesting treasure map, because as you can see, this character does look very, very desirable, and one that I would definitely get my hands on with the release of the new Kaido moving forward. So, with that said, let's take a look at the teams that I have put together for this particular treasure map. My idea here is to keep boosted units as well as speed. Now, I did do some multis off screen, and I did actually pick up the rest of the boosted units, but look, I'll talk about that once we get there. So, page 1 is the first mini-boss, and the recommended characters are Yamato and Otama. On stage 1, all characters get the good stuff. On stage 3, there's 3 turns of Despair after Sockets, 2 turns of Hunger, 5 turns of Special Blind, 5 turns of Paralysis, Delay Immunity, and 6 turns of Resilience. So, the team that I am rocking looks a little bit like this. This particular free-to-play Luffy has Hunger removal if you have him Limb Break expanded, plus he can remove Despair and he can remove Paralysis. With the Momo support, you do end of turn damage as well, which is awesome. So ideally, I'm going to use the Super type to wave clear turn 1, the Zoro special to wave clear turn 2, and then I can use Otama to remove the Special Blind, Luffy to get an attack boost, and then you're pretty hunky-dory there. Beppo, Jumanji, they're just here for points. That's literally the only reason they're here. Moving on to the second fight against Black Maria and Ulti. This one is a little bit funky. They do recommend you use the Straw Hats of Luffy, Nami, and Robin. However, Nami does need level break 5, so like, I wasn't exactly keen on that. But Strength, Quick, and Psy units get all the good stuff. You get 7 turns of Despair after Sockets, 1 turn of Crewmate Special Reverse, Block Orbs, 5 turns of Attack Down, 8 turns of Bind on your left-hand column, which will go down to 5, as well as Delay Immunity as well. So, the team I put together looks a little bit like this. We are utilizing Whitebeard with a friend captain Momo. If you guys don't have Whitebeard, you can use Momo and bring a friend captain Whitebeard. However, finding the friend captains in that regard might be a little bit challenging, but if you have Momo, I would definitely bring Momo as your captain. That way you can actually get around the Bind and the Despair utilizing both Whitebeard and Momo. The problem with this particular piece of content is the Despair is the first thing that happens. So unless you have a way of getting around said Despair, you're not going to be able to get rid of the Bind, and you're not going to be able to get rid of the Attack Down if you have captains that are trying to do that. Even with the Luffys, you are still going to need 1 turn of Despair removal, which is very, very annoying, so that's why Whitebeard works so well here. Brook's our double wave clearer. Ideally, I'm going to use the Frankie and the Sanji special on stage 2. And then literally, once I get to the final stage, I have Momo to remove the Attack Down, and that's literally all I have to get around. There is block orbs on the final stage as well. I do believe that Whitebeard actually removes them. I might be incorrect in saying that. Yeah, no, he turns block orbs into tandem slots. Plus, he gives a boundary effect. But with Momo, I believe with Yamato on the squad, you can actually activate his super type. So on the turn before, you can actually get Wano slots as well. But look, probably using the Whitebeard special would be just as fast. So look, that's something to note. Plus, Momo goes through block orbs, so you could definitely do that there. But that's the idea of my team. It should be a lot faster. But if you don't have Whitebeard, like I said, double Momo will work fine. But then you'll have to bring someone to remove the binds, because Momo, like, it just won't work that way. You can use Momo as a wave clearer too, which is kind of fun. On to the Sasaki fight now. This is where they want you to use Jumanji, but, like, I really don't want to use this Frankie. This Frankie is so slow because he does, like, a whole bunch of damage. Jumanji's cool and all, but, like, I just really didn't want to be doing this. And this fight gave me a lot of headaches. But once again, huge shout out to my homie Twonce. You guys know him. You guys love him. Mr. Tony. He was a god when it came to building this particular team. But Free Spirits, Powerhouse, and Fighter get all the good stuff. 2 turns of Special Reverse, 7 turns of Paralysis, 7 turns of Special Blind. As you can see for the top row, that's where they really want you to use Jumanji. And then use the Frankie to get the 2 turns of Special Reverse, remove the 6 turns of Defense up, and give you the give you the chain lock between 2.5 and 4, so that way you don't have to deal with the attack down. There is 2 turns of a slot barrier as well. for 1 tandem orb. So you just need to just get a tandem orb somewhere, and you'll be absolutely fine there. But this is the team that we put together. We're just using wave clears of Ace and then Izo and Kiku. Izo and Kiku will give you Wano slots though, but you do have a bunch of barrier pen here to get around the barrier at the end. To set the defense to 0, you have Carrot Wonder. They also do the special reverse, which is awesome. And then you just have the combination of Komurasaki and Denjiro. The Komurasaki is not essential at all. Denjiro is a conditional booster for defense down, so that works quite nicely. And then you have attack and orbs, literally just with Carrot and Wonder. So that's going to work out quite nicely. As for the tandem orb barrier, it is going to be a little bit annoying to deal with. But what you can actually do here is you can take off this Ace and then sort of just attack on turn 1 and then bring this Sanji. This Sanji is going to remove barriers. You can use his special twice and that's going to work quite nicely. And then just start the chain with him when you are getting to the final stage. But you do, like I said, you do have barrier pen here too, so there is that. But it's not foolproof, so bringing Sanji might be the wave. Onto the final mini-boss fight, we are going up against Who's Who. Against Who's Who, I'm using double Big Mom, and the other recommended character is Akainu. If you are using Akainu, I would highly recommend Limit Break expanding him, so that way you can get around the 2 special limit. But Driven, Powerhouse, Cerebral characters get all the good stuff. There's additional damage taken, quick slots on the final stage. You can only use 2 specials, 6 turns of burn, full immunity, and normal attacks only. Plus, there is a slot barrier for Wano slots, as well as 5 turns of resilience. If you do any slot changing, you get slot binded, and the enemy puts up 5 turns of damage reduction. So, you ideally don't want to change slots here. For me, I'm just going to run double Big Mom. It just makes the most sense, because I can't use her on the final team. We're using Daifuku to wave clear here. Cracker activates her Super EX. And then I have Koala and Robin for color affinity and orb boosting. And then that way I can just use their special to remove the barrier. Ideally, for as long as I need to, I'm just going to use their special on the final stage. I'm not overly phased about the burn. I have some similar slots thanks to Big Mom, and then you can use the conditional boost of Big Mom and do some fun stuff there if you guys need it. You can even use Black Marine ulti over Akainu. The Black Marine ulti are going to be an attack booster, and then they also have that ability to remove the 2 turns of special, but Akainu is a higher booster right now, and I'll just change that if I ever need to. On to the final fight now. This is the team that I am going with. Obviously, I did manage to pull the last 2 boosters. I'm using Gear 5 as my captain with Kid Law as a sub. However, if you have Viola, the character that came out alongside Quick Corazon, you can use her on Sanji. Then you can use Mihawk and Beppo, Sachi, and Penguin as supports with this team. And then you can actually bring Big Mom across and use Big Mom on this team for a full boost. But however, you do need that Viola, and that unit is so exclusive. Hopefully she pops up in the coin shop soon, like Bonsai, Akainu, and Kuzan. That way I can get my hands on her, but a lot of people aren't going to have her, just like myself. But we do have the 3 treasure map boosters, Kid Law as a sub, and then Gear 5 as our captain. And the reason we're using Gear 5 is because there is a bunch of damage reduction and threshold, and that way we can get around all the nasty stuff. The recommended character here is Killer as well, but I'm not going to bring Killer. I'm just going to use Gear 5. The Gear 5 just is more fun. Sight, Int, Dex type get their cooldowns and all the good stuff. There's remove sound effects on stage 2, which Riser takes care of. There's burn, which Riser takes care of, and there's resilience, which also Riser takes care of. There's also a tap timing barrier. You need to hit 2 perfects, and then once you defeat stage 2, they come back with full HP. 4 block slots, 7 turns of special bind on your captains, 6 turns of paralysis, normal attacks only, and attack down if you're below a 3.5 times chain, 7 turns of defense up, and 6 turns of damage reduction with full immunity. If you use a slot boost, the bottom row gets stunned, so that's a little bit annoying, as well as super box slots on your top row. So ideally, Rizo, he gives you an attack boost and an orb boost for 3 turns. Does end of turn damage and basically removes the burn, which is super, super nice. And then we can use the Gear 5 special to just easily kill that stage. On the final stage, we can use Kid Law. Kid Law with Sanji and Zoro is going to get us above that chain, and we're going to be hunky-dory there. I plan on bringing a friend captain Zoro. It just makes the most sense being 2 times booster. And like I said, utilizing Gear 5 over Killer, it's just more fun, if I'm honest. Killer is a 1.35 times booster. You can definitely use Killer and then like use Gear 5 on another team. But look, I'm having more fun with Gear 5. Later on, I will actually swap this, because remember, Gear 5, once he gets his 6+, he's not going to be able to be used in Treasure Map anymore. So I will want to use him, elsewhere in other content for you guys. But for now, that's what we're rocking with, and we'll see how this operates. As for the Intrusion, we did manage to make it work with a full boosted team. So we do have the 3 treasure map rare recruits. We have Kid Law as our captain, and we have Big Mom. Now, against Big Mom, every 5 fights, Slashers, Free Spirits, and Powerhouse characters get their cooldowns. There's a 2-turn hit barrier for 25 hits, block orbs, full immunity, normal attacks only, 5 turns of defense up, 3 turns of resilience, 6 turns of threshold, and a lock on Big Mom herself. There are 2 enemies that you need to kill this turn as well, so just be mindful of that. Once you do kill Big Mom, she gives full HP recovery, and it gives you 10 turns of burn, or 11 before preemptives. Ideally, they want you to use Kid Law here. I'll do a video with this team, probably tomorrow at some point, and upload that for you guys. Showcasing not only this team, but the one in the buildable teams video. But look, the enemies doesn't have that much HP. And I don't think it scales, so you should be absolutely fine. On stage 3, there's 2 turns of special reverse, 9 turns of bind on your top and middle row. There's block slots and paralysis slots, so it's randomized. Full immunity, 6 turns of defense up, normal attacks only, and a 2-turn slot barrier for tandem slots 1 turn. If you use a slot boosting effect, you get burnt and there's resilience, but look, that doesn't really matter because we are using Raizo on turn 2 to basically get through the resilience and stuff like that. You can literally use the special of Zoro, and you can use the special of Sanji. That's going to work out quite nicely. There is bind though on the top and so the top and middle row, and the Sanji and the Zoro can actually remove that, so that's going to be absolutely fine. The pudding special is going to give me recovery orbs in the middle, which is nice, and then the Kyoshiro support is actually going to remove some of the defense up, I believe. Well, actually, no, I don't even know what the Kyoshiro support is there for. Possibly the resilience on this stage, but if you just use Raizo there, it's going to be fine. Maybe the defense up? I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, possibly the defense up on turn 2, I believe, would be the reasoning. But it's only 4 turns. We definitely need 5 turns. So that's going to need another support for defense up removal. So let's just have a quick look, because I do believe there's a Cat Viper that goes on Raizo, as long as you tap first. As long as you tap first with Raizo. Nope, okay, that's not going to work. Yeah, the Dog Storm. So there's a Dog Storm, so you can tap with Dog Storm first, and that way you're good. Big Mom is going to basically give you a conditional boost if you want to do something like that. And you should be able to easily kill that. But that's going to wrap up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to go to that bell, like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff for me. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Let's